Hello there, my name is Ismail and this is part 3 of our training series on making this bathroom scene here. So let's make this vanity here and see how that goes. So yeah, let's start by adding, let's see what should we do. How can we do this? Let's start by adding a cube. And no, actually let's add a plane. Shift A, rotate 90 degrees. Now this should be around 1 meter, I think, 1 meter tall. So let's select the top vertices, push them onto 1 meter like that. Then this should be around that size. Maybe this is too short, so about there. Let's go to camera view, move this around there. Let's see. Yeah, I think around there. Then we can insert this to around there. Select this face, delete that, and straighten this up to have that. Now we can add a loop there and then bevel that. Control B to bevel that. We need 2 vertices, so around there. Then extrude that in like that. Instead of extruding that, let's delete that. Then select these edges, delete them, and also delete this face. Then select everything, then extrude that like that. And then we can add a loop around there and add another loop around there, and make sure that they are aligned. So let's go to top view, then scale them. Then we just need this part up to here, this loop, this and this, then this, and this here. Bridge them, right click and then select bridge edge loops, then hit P to separate that selection. So that will be that metallic part, then hide that. Now we can select this and delete those edge loops, dissolve those edge loops using Ctrl X to have something like that. Now just we can round off these edges by adding a bevel. Make sure you apply scale and rotation and then reduce the width here just a bit like that. Then Alt H to unhide this. It does look it looks like it a small thickness than we need, but I think that's okay. So let's just extrude this and make sure that it's in the center of this. So something like that, and we can also give it the same bevel, reduce the width to around there, and we can also add in those small details there. So I can select these and hit Ctrl B to bevel that. Use the mouse wheel to add in a third vertex, then a third edge loop, and then use Alt S to push that in along its normal. So just select the middle vertex, middle edge loop using Alt, and then selecting an edge loop, then Alt S to push that in, just to give it a bit of detail that we see in there. Now we need to add in these bolts. So that's 6-sided, so I'll just Shift A, then add a circle. Let me snap my cursor there. Shift A cursor circle 6 and then align to view. So let's see, yeah, the scale is right, so we just need to move this forward. Around there. And extrude in like that. They're quite large, so extrude and then merge at the center, then extrude like that, and then we can join them to this. And because of the bevel we have there, it's rounding off the edges to what we want. Now we can also give it a smooth shading like that, and then if you're seeing that artifact, you can just hold on Shift N and recalculate the normals. I think we have an issue there where let's try dissolving this. I can see we can resolve it like that. So let's also turn on auto smooth for this, so that we have those parts like that, and we can select this, Control L, Shift D, duplicate it, have it on the other side, and we also need this on this side. So Shift D, then Control M to mirror that in the X direction, Control M and then X. Let's see, do we have any bolts at the bottom? Yes, we do. So let's select this and this, Control L to select the entire mesh, and then move that there. So that's one stand, and so we just I don't know if they have the same bevel settings. 0.4, 0.04, 0.04, 0.04. So yeah, we can merge them without any issues. And so let's move these to somewhere there. Now let's go to edit mode, select everything and move them away from the pivot point, so that we can use the mirror modifier to mirror that side on the other side. Let's apply rotation and scale so that we mirror this in the Y direction, and also move this something like that, push this to the back around there. Now let's add this bottom part. It should be easy. Let's hide everything but those stands, and then add Shift S cursor to selected, and then Shift S add a plane. I think this needs to be that large, and then scale this. So we're making this part here, and we only need to bring it to the bottom around there, then extrude down like that, then insert, and then extrude down like that. So if we give it a bevel, it should round off the corners very well. Let's apply the scale and rotation. So we're going to give it the same bevel as this, so that we can merge them smoothly. So the bevel is 0, let's see, it's 0.004. So we just use this exactly 0.004 to have that. And we can also use this up here and scale this part, the top part a bit. Select this top part, Shift S, Shift Z. We don't want to scale these inner vertices, so S, Shift Z should go off just a little bit from the support. I think we need to scale this in the Y direction so that it doesn't go way off. Maybe that is even too much, so scale this again like that. Now this, I think, okay, so let's see. we need to add in this sink. So it's just a bowel, so let's add a cylinder, a circle. Let's use a circle. Increase the vertices to around 12. Scale this up. And it's not a perfect circle, so it needs to be squeezed into an oval shape like that. Go to vertex mode, edit mode, and then you can do that. So to make these edges rounded, we just need to add a loop in the middle there, and then scale that outside like that, and then use the bevel tool, Ctrl B, to bevel that. The problem is that this is going to outside our vertices, so let's push them down a bit, and then, you know what, let's just increase the vertices. Now we can let these outside vertices to have this. Now we can turn on smooth shading and also give it a smooth subdivision surface modifier. We can also, I think we also need to give it the solidify modifier. Make sure that this is above our thickness, our subdivision surface, and we need to reduce the thickness. So maybe let's first recalculate the normals and then reduce the thickness to a really small value. Now if we add the subdivision surfaces again, that is still a lot, so we need maybe point. You know what, we actually don't need this subdivision surface because we still need a few details to add. So select everything, hit E to extrude, and then S Shift Z to give that some thickness. And the reason we are not using the subdivision modifier is because we want to make the bottom part flat. So we can select what's going on here. This needs to be bridged. Actually, we can just extrude it down like this. Okay, we need to make sure that there is no faces in here. So this needs to be closed off, then merged at the center like that, merged at the center, and then this bottom part we need to make it a bit flatter, just giving it that detail there, and then extrude to the center like that. There we have that. So if we unhide everything, maybe we need to make the base be a bit wider than this. So scale this on the X and Y plane, do something like that. And so let's also move the camera a bit, and then so that we can see the inside of the bowl a bit. Yeah, so I think this extends too far, so we need to scale it. Maybe every time you scale objects with a bevel modifier on, make sure you apply the scale, or just do the scaling inside edit mode. So same with this. And then this needs to be pushed. So we still need to add in these drawers. So for those, it should be easy. You can just select, let's see, just select this here. Shift D, duplicate it, rotate it in the X direction, then move it around there. Select the top vertices, push them down select these vertices, push them up around there, move these in, and these like so, and then this. So let's unhide everything, and you can select this part here. Just need to scale it up a bit like that, and then extrude it. If you want, you can also make the inside, so we can just add a loop. How should we do this? Can insert, but obviously we don't want this face here, so then extrude. Let's extrude. Let's just make it simple, keep it simple like this. I think this is good enough. Now we need to add in the handle. We can also keep it simple, just do this on the same object. Select this face, Shift D, scale it down, and then scale it in the Z direction like this. Move it, then extrude it around there, then add a loop like that. Then we can select that face and this face, and then extrude that like that. If you want to be more fancy, we can select these edge loops and then scale them out to get the same effect like that. Turn on smooth shading, and then also turn on auto smooth for that like that. Alt H, origin to geometry, and then push that in like that. Then Alt Shift, let's use Alt D, move that down like that, and we can also push this in a bit to give the illusion that this was a bit opened, something like that. I feel like this is a bit far from, I don't know, this should extend maybe a bit. Maybe pull this back. You can also see there is an extension of this here, so I can just select this face here, and this also should be extended, be pushed back a bit, so I'll just select them. Yeah, I think that's better. We just need to add that part there for the marble, and let me just hide everything. You can just select this face, extrude that, and then select this face, extrude that up like that. Then Alt H. Then this needs to be pushed. Then of course we need a place for this water to go, so let's first turn off the subdivisions. And we can insert this part here, then extrude in like that. You can also delete this vertex like that, then add a loop there, Control B. So if we turn on this, we get something like that. but of course we need to make it. Let me first, let's delete this too. We need to make it a circle, spherical, like that. And you can select this edge loop, Shift D, duplicate it, P, then extrude in like that. Then I don't know how I want to do this, so let's see. If I add a loop here, then bevel that loop, then I can select all the faces, hit I twice, then to insert individual faces, and then delete those faces. We can have something like this, then extrude that, and that will be our cover maybe. And just to have more detail, I'll just select this loop, Shift D to duplicate it again, extrude, then extrude, scale, extrude, extrude, scale. So there are many variations of sync, so then we may just need to scale this up a bit. Maybe make this edge a bit sharp. Alt H. And now we have that. So in the next lesson, we will be adding this facet, and there may be a few of those details there, and see how that